Hello and welcome to this presentation. My name is Lee Snyder, the product manager for the Still segment here at Trimble. And what I'll be showing is just a quick overview of the Model Annotations extension, which is available for download on the Tekla warehouse. What this tool does is it allows you to store annotations, meaning dimensions, text, associative notes, lines, that sort of stuff, directly within the model that will be saved and stored so that you can easily communicate within the model with a 3D markup and annotations to be able to communicate specific information within your project. So I'll just give you a quick example of what some of these would look like. So I'll just go ahead and shrink this and pull this over. These are just individual cards with camera positions and specific annotations stored within it. So here I can quickly see some text of a question or things like that I'm trying to communicate. And this is just in a live 3D view here within the model. So I can do this in 3D, I can do this in 2D, as you can see here, where I've basically just dimensioned some of this framing openings here with specific callouts for the channels. And I can also isolate individual parts and assemblies. So here's an example of just the individual part, like a gusset plate that's been dimensioned with a specific callout. Again, this is an associative note, so if this thickness or anything like that changes, then this mark will update automatically. I can also do the same thing on the assembly level. So if I wanted to isolate just an individual assembly and then pull out specific callouts for some of these stiffener plates with specific dimensioning and spacing, then I have the ability to do that. So really nice and powerful to be able to communicate in 3D and to store these annotations within the model. So let's say we wanted to create one of these from scratch. So let's just go ahead and redraw this view. And let's say that I want to look at this specific information here. So I'll just come in here to create a new card. Here I can create it of the model, an assembly, or a part, as I already mentioned. Then let's just call this gusset plate, and we'll say verify connection, for example. Then I can create an image if I want. Just window in the area that I want to take a look at. It will store that thumbnail with this specific card. And then as I'm working on this card, I can come in and I can begin adding in my markup. So I can choose any specific coloring information if I want. And then let's say that I want to come in and just quickly add in bolt dimensions. So I can just pick the bolt group and then just begin placing where these dimensions should be positioned. So the idea here is just to make it really nice and easy to be able to add in the information so people can see what you're trying to communicate. So it's just really just a point and click of this information. We can also come in and add in text. So if you want to add in any sort of text, you can just type that in here. And then you can just position that anywhere that you would want that to be within the model. So let's say we just want that here. That will be stored. We can also do the same thing with associative notes. So if I wanted to pull in a bolt information, for example, then I can just pick the bolt group. I can pick where I want this to be referenced from, and I'll just track off over here. And there I have that bolt information directly within the model. Same type of information here for the part. If we wanted to pull out part information for this beam, for example, then I can just pull that over, and then I have all that information. And then all of this information is automatically stored to this card. So let's say that I wanted to come over here and click on this card, which jumps me to that location. And then we want to jump back to the location that we just created. It brings in all of the markups and annotations just like we had created it. And all of those are stored individually here on this annotation side, so you can delete or remove any. You can modify their colors or their positions. You also have the ability to add in documents or hyperlinks if you wanted to reference any of that information there with the card. And then you can just come in and save this away. It'll save all the cards to your projects. You can easily share that with people so that you can communicate clearly in 3D with any annotations that you would want. So it's a very powerful tool. It's available for download on the Tekla warehouse. We'd encourage you to try it out. Send us any feedback that you may have, and we hope you enjoy this new development.